Oh, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How the devil are you, mate? I hope you've been feeling very good and you're in a happy state because it's almost Friday, mate. You know, most people, not everyone, can start to chill out a little bit, right? I've got something very interesting to show you today, and we're going to be looking at strange and peculiar objects that have been spotted on NASA live streams or wherever they've carried out missions, and some strange objects have floated into frame. And in true NASA fashion, mate, right? Every time we spot something very peculiar and weird, NASA has a knack for cutting out the live feed. So, let's get into it and let's figure out if these things are ice crystals, swamp gas, flatulence crystallized in the upper atmosphere floating into frame and reflecting off onto the camera lens, or something absolutely mysterious and unexplainable. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now this comes from Interstellar UAP from X, right? Just witnessed something insane watching the Europa Clipper separation. As the spacecraft heads to Jupiter's moon, weird objects or craft zip around it like they're checking it out. Then bam, the feed cuts right when the operator spots them. Let's have a look.
Europa Clipper, separation confirmed.
And there you go. NASA's Europa Clipper probe, embarking on a long-awaited mission to study Jupiter's icy moon Europa.
That's a reflection of it.
And what a sight, Mick.
That is absolutely gorgeous, Gerald, to see Europa Clipper on its way. Successful deployment from stage 2. Falcon Heavy performed very well today. Teams behind us are clapping and enjoying. That is a beautiful picture.
Via the video, we can see that Clipper has successfully separated. Please say goodbye to Clipper on its way to Europa.
Bye-bye, Clipper.
That voice you heard just there is the Europa Clipper flight director, Pranay Mishra. He's with the mission support team.
Okay, all stations, we are waiting for a sign of initial acquisition. Again, Telecom will confirm when we have carrier lock, and DDM will let us know when they see the first packet down.
Something moving to the left over there, look.
You can see the second stage and the spacecraft just hit orbital sunrise, fully illuminated
Something
by
on the
the
right
sun
as well.
coming over the Earth.
Yo, where's that coming from? We've got things pinging
And
around
as
all
you just
over
heard
the
the
place.
flight director say, they are now going to be monitoring for an acquisition of signal.
This could be a case of
the first
ice
time the
crystals.
spacecraft gets information. Looking forward for that.
Oh, look at that though.
The hope is that they would get it in the next few seconds.
They're glowing like
We're now looking
clumps.
at a split screen. On your left,
Okay, they didn't cut the live feed, alright, as it suggested. It just minimised the size. To me, this might be a case of the old ice crystals. Like, I hate to say it, but this could be. As it's kind of breaking away, then you see these crystallizations, I guess, refracting in the light. Here we go. Look at that. So there's one there, and it's moving out, and then one on the left as well. So there's obviously there is a bigger craft, but it's a separating from. So it could just be moving around a little bit. Right, and then this bad boy. But I don't know about this side though, because is that moving to the left? Like, is it coming across? And then you have this other object, which just appears out of nowhere, seemingly right there. You can see that, look. But then again, is it getting caught in the light? There's something on the bottom left corner that like zips past as well. Oh, I don't know. But like, look at the speed of that bad boy. Look at it go. Yeah, I'll bring it back and I'll play it. Yeah. Boom. Zip. And another one comes out from over the top. I'm not too sure. I'm going to say maybe ice crystals, right? I'm going to be that guy. So this next one's from the Sun newspaper that reported on this, I think last year or just the beginning of last year. And it's pretty damn profound, mate. There's a whole load of weird things that go on. It doesn't look like a reflection. Just check it out, right? Look at this bad boy, right? So pay attention to the formation. This formation is pretty wild, to say the least. And then as it's drifting across, it doesn't look like a reflection. Look at it. It's in a proper formation there. It seems structured. Other ones are phasing in and out up the top there. Right? And this is on an ISS live stream. And look, it goes behind. They disappear. It's not like going past and you can still carry on seeing it across the window frame there. Or whatever this lens is. It's gone. So, like, it's suggesting maybe, is that a physicality side to it? Is that a physical object? Look at it, man. That's wild. Cluster of satellites. Swamp gas. Let me bring it back. Look. Here we go. We go around the front. Right? I don't know, man. What you're seeing is a crystallized fart bubble caught in the upper atmosphere of the Earth, mate, right? And you didn't see anything. So on r/UFOs on Reddit, someone's put a compilation of some of these videos together of some of the most peculiar ones that have been spotted, right? Let's look at this. It's pretty cool. This one's got a black orb that kind of floats under this shuttle here, right? Look at this thing. It's like a beach ball. Look at that down in the corner, mate. It's like it's got something in the center of it. It's like a red dot or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just an artifact, but let me bring it back a little bit. Let's have a look again. And it's not in front of the ship. It's actively going behind, as you can see. Look at that. And do you know what? It kind of reminds me. There's some UFO footage that I've seen of like these strange black sphere-like things that have been seen flying in the sky. I'll try and find one for you real quick. This one's from G9, and it says a black energetic orb filmed in Germany on February 27, 2022, right? Look at this. Is this the same thing? Like, kind of similar? And there's been quite a lot of sightings of these. And again, orbs have been seen quite a lot. Look, it's got a little light in the middle. Like, something. What is going on there? It's dark. This one it's actually like fizzing. Kind of reminds me of those like sciencey glass balls that has like energy inside where it kind of like pings around. I don't know. What do you think? Let's keep an eye on this bad boy. Oh, this is a classic, mate. Right? There's something that darts... Look, it goes from 0 to 100 and then stops. That could be a comet. Not entirely sure. But there's so many strange things kind of darting around and changing trajectory. This one's from the 90s, I think. Let's look at the start. Look at here, watch. It's hovering, then it darts across and then stops. Ice crystals, mate. Right, I'm calling it. No, go to bed. This is something absolutely incredible. This one, I'm not entirely sure. It's got a trail. It could be either a comet burning up in the atmosphere. That's very plausible. But then it also looks like there's a shadow underneath it. That could be just a filming artifact. But that is weird. And then this one just zooms in. Look at it. Now, I remember seeing this when I was just a wee lad, mate. I was only young, and this blew my mind. And I think this is like, these were the first footages that really got me kind of hooked onto the weird and wonderful up in space. And then it was the tether experiment as well, with all those weird glowing discs. Now, I've seen multiple UFOs over the years of like way up in the atmosphere, and I'm sure many of you guys have as well. When you see something, it's like, oh, that's a satellite, and then it just kind of goes ding in a different direction. Now, again, these artifacts get seen a lot on NASA live streams, but there's no real explanation as to what they are, and some of them do present themselves as like a plasmoid, a plasma-like glowing thing. It's like a ball of energy. And there is that theory at the moment that's being discussed in the scientific field, is that actually plasma is the fourth state of matter, and they do exhibit intelligent behaviours, especially plasmoid phenomena, because in certain situations when these things are being observed, they kind of actively go towards aircraft, hang around, change direction, they interact with one another as well, and these phenomena can be produced either by storms, major earthquakes, volcanic activity, high energy events, even from coronal mass ejections from the sun, CMEs. They get fired out after the plasma gets ejected and it splits. Plasmoids can get blown off the end of there and they just go pinging all around the solar system. So, and if you look at the plasma map of the universe, man, I'd tell you, if you put it side by side between the brain and the plasma map of the universe, neurons, man, this thing is absolutely obscene. What is going on there? It looks triangular and it's kind of doing somersaults, mate. And it just disappears back to Alpha Centauri. Look at that. Holy Mother Mary, all things holy. Or someone's lost their tire iron up in space, mate, and they're getting told off by NASA Command, man. Now, this one is interesting, mate, and I covered this one on a little short a little while ago, which is this plasma-type phenomenon that kind of moves around the screen, it pauses, and then it kind of goes off in a different direction, mate. Right? Look at this. And like we were just talking about, this strange plasma phenomena which kind of presents itself in such a way. And I've seen this via my actual eyeballs. And I'm sure many of you have as well. Look at this thing. Look, again, it kind of glides round and it stops in the air. Right? So this isn't a bit of tin foil in the upper layers of the atmosphere. Okay? This looks like it has intelligent behaviours or intentions. Floats along and then moves off again. Look at that, mate. Wild. Now, this bad boy is one I covered previously on a YouTube short, but let's look at it again because there's some other details and some things that we need to kind of talk about and maybe get the old brain box thinking. Let's listen.
The work volume, we're going to have the UV lights running for decon, and we don't want you entering that work volume while it's still in work.
Something here already, right? And then something.
Absolutely. I will not do anything inside the work volume. There you go. Thanks for the heads up.
Excellent config. You're very welcome. And just to kind of smooth things over when we do come back, KU, you'll be on space to ground 3 for your ops today with Shankini.
Agree with Shankini. Thanks.
Then it comes back. It looks weird, and this is looking out into the stars. And there's a few other objects that are on the frame that are moving around in the background. You've got one kind of gliding along and it's disappeared. There's one down the bottom here that you can just see. And then this thing kind of moves into frame. So, again, this is looking out into the stars. If this is a reflection of the Earth itself, surely it would have to be looking at the Earth to kind of get the light pushing onto the lens and producing this artifact. But this is a very weird artifact. So what is it reflecting? There's nothing there from what I can see. Triangular. Very strange. And it looks like there's some sort of like little jet thing at the back. I don't know. There's another thing up there as well that's moving along. Aliens. It's aliens. Now this is from a NASA live stream again in 2024. Some strange objects appearing on the screen, mate. Let's have a look. So something down the bottom here. It's gone past this pair. Look how bright that is. I mean, you can't quite see. It's very dark, but I mean, that is moving peculiar. Very strange. Look how bright that is. Gosh damn. But there's no like light reflecting, like making this side section glow. And this thing's moving back the opposite way. Holy cow. Oh, shocker, there it is. Right? It looks a little bit gimbal shaped. You know, like the famous gimbal where they say that usually they fly like belly first. It's got that little dome top on it. Look, something there reflecting this little like disc gimbal shape. This object up here just kind of floats along by and it's like, oh yeah, actually, do you know what, mate? I want to go the opposite way again. Pulls the handbrake. Stops for a second. That's some strange looking swamp gas, I'd say. And it goes back. It looks almost like it's on fire. It's like blobbing. Weird again. We've got another one that absolutely hauls buttocks, man. Look at this. Look how fast this object's going. Look at that. Right? It pulls that there. Look at that bad boy. It looks like a rod almost. But is that, again, is it the speed stretching it out? Making it present this rod formation? Look at it. I mean, that is travelling some miles per hour. And it definitely looks metallic, man. And it's going in a straight line as well. Wow. Unreal. Do you know what? It reminds me of that rod video. Do you remember that rod video? I think it was like near a mountain or a volcano or something. And it kind of flies through the air, drifts, goes up, down, and then like moves around. Let's try and find it. Let's have a look. This is one of my favourite videos, okay? Was someone filming, I think a time-lapse over the distance of a mountain, and then they kind of seen this weird object appear in frame. This don't look normal. Check this out. It looks like that same rod that was captured up in the atmosphere. Look at this, mate. Some baseball bat looking object. There's so many weird things that get... Look at the trajectory on it. There's so many weird things that get captured with no real explanation. Weird shapes. Like, what are they? Are they scouts? Are they drones? Or something completely just observing us as a whole? Like, that is... The G's being pulled, mate. For it going like that and going... That would send any one of us into liquid, mate. Or pass out. Look at that. It's like... Wow. Unreal footage. I mean, the amount of sightings that get seen of just strange objects and weird things happening in the upper layers of atmosphere, on the ground, up in space, right? And many times they get captured on NASA live feeds like you guys have seen. So I'm sure quite a few of them probably are mundane things that we just kind of, you know, it looks a bit weird. But there are some aspects of it, like you've just seen, where things are kind of darting, changing directions, looking very strange and peculiar, which doesn't make much sense. And where does the line get drawn? That's what I want to know, at least. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you so much. And we've got some big things in line for 2026. In February, we're going to Penturk, one of the biggest UFO, if not the biggest UFO instances that took place in this country. I'm going there, meeting the experiences, the people that witnessed it, and we're doing some cool behind-the-scenes stuff and some investigations. So you'll be able to hear from the horse's mouth in first person, and we're going to walk around the area to experience what's been going down, mate. I am super excited. So, again, big shout out to all of my followers, subscribers. Thank you for liking and sharing, and the donations to buy me a coffee, man. You guys mean the world to me, and it really helps me out to kind of go venture and document and go to all these new places and to gather new information for you guys to kind of digest and see the places where a lot of these stories have taken place, so you guys can witness it for yourself. So, thank you so much again, guys. Until the next one, peace.